Hi everyone, happy Scrappy Friday. Welcome back for another process video. This is another layout that I did at the crop that I was at, and I am using the Doodlebug Kitten Smitten collection again. This is the last layout that I'm going to do at the crop with this collection. I still have a little bit of the collection left, and like I said, I wanted to get more, so you'll probably see more videos in the future of this collection. So I am scrapbooking these two photos of our little baby creeper. Again, these are the last photos that I'll do of him for now. I had a vertical and a horizontal photo, and I think I might have cut the horizontal photo just slightly. I don't think it's a full 4x6. But I cut down that large pattern paper piece just to be like one large photo mat for both photos. And I'm just going to trim the edges and try to get it straight, and I just wanted a little border around a couple of the photos. So what I'm going to do on this layout, which I don't know why I don't do it more often, but I'm going to use circles. I recently took, I think it's called For the Love of Circles or something like that. Nicole Jones 911 is another YouTuber that I watch, and she had a class she put out. And I think, like I said, I think it's called For the Love of Circles. So kind of got me inspired to start using circles again. Like I said, I don't hardly ever use them. So this cutter that you see me using is called the Colossal, and it's a very, very, very old tool. And I never use it at home because I have a couple different circle cutters at home. So I always kept it in my crop bag, thinking if I ever wanted to use circles, that way I would always have something there to make circles out of. But to be honest, I'm not sure if I'll just start taking my circle cutter from home, or I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this. That little blade tool that you see me cutting the circles with is not the one that came with the Colossal long ago. It's a different one. The other one got broke, and so I bought this. It was a different brand, and it just doesn't cut as smooth. So I'm not sure if I'll end up getting rid of that and then just taking my regular circle cutter, or just asking if I can borrow somebody's Cricut if I want to do circles at a crop. So I'm not sure. Anyways, long story short, the Colossal was a great tool, but it's just not cutting great for me this time around. But I am liking these circles. I don't know the sizes. The Colossal doesn't say the sizes on there. And I just wanted to make sure that each circle was a little bit different size from another one. Excuse me. And right now I'm just looking for a fourth pattern paper to make and a fourth circle with. So I'm going to end up cutting 4 circles in all. So I decided on the yellow. I thought it was a nice bright contrast color and it wasn't too busy, so I liked that one. I'm just going to cut that one out. And when you use the Colossal, it doesn't cut all the way around. You have to trim just a small part, which isn't a big deal. So now I'm going to put the Colossal away, and you will see I'm actually not completely done with it at all, or excuse me, yet, but I will get it back out in just a moment. So I am going to go ahead, and I already inked the edges of the pattern paper photo mat. So now I'm going to ink the edges of all the circles, and I'm using my black Close to My Heart ink again. You know, that's one of my favorites. So I was just trimming a small part of the circle there where the Colossal didn't cut it all the way. I don't feel like it cut the circles very smoothly. I think that was one of my reasons I wasn't too crazy about it. So I'm just going to glue this photo mat down, and now I'm going to play around. I originally had them going from top left to bottom right, but I wondered maybe if I wanted them going from the top right to the bottom left, just since the photos seem to kind of go that way, since the vertical photo is on the right. But I struggled with it, and I realized the reason I struggled with it is this blue circle was just too big. So again, I got the Colossal back out, and I'm just going to trim this circle down to be a little smaller, and that's really going to help quite a bit. And actually, I'm not going to get rid of the scrap piece from the circle just yet. You will see how I use that in a couple places on the layout too. So since I trimmed it down, I have to re-ink the edges of it again, and I decide that I want to go from the top left to the bottom right. And another part that I struggle with for quite a while is that spot on the photo mat where it's kind of like the plaid checkered, diagonal checkered, I don't know what you'd call that. That empty spot above the left photo, basically. I struggle with that a little bit, but you will see me find a way to fill it. This layout, I'm not 100% crazy about. I don't hate it, but it's not one of my favorites. I hope that makes sense, but it's cute. It turns out okay. So you can see me, I just trimmed a little bit of that pink circle off, and I'm going to use that extra piece and bring it over to make it look like there's a pink part of a circle sticking out up here on the left hand side. And that just brought over, and here's the scrap. You can see me, I trimmed off a part of the scrap circle to do the same thing on the right hand side of the page. So I just stuck it in the corner and trimmed it down, and you're going to see I'm going to do that one more time up in the top left with that scrap piece. I'm just going to trim it down so part of the curve of the circle will show, and I put it in the corner, and I'm just going to trim it so it looks like there was a circle coming off the edge of that paper. And I feel like that really makes it look a little more, flows a little easier when you have elements that go off the page. It makes it look a little more natural. So since I had a bunch of circles, I thought about using this pretty kitty sticker, and it's going to go right here. It takes me a minute to figure it out, and again, the reason that I wasn't 100% sure is now that leaves that space in between that sticker and the photo on the right on that plaid paper. So it's like, I'll figure out something to go there in a little while. Actually, my title is going to go there. So once the title's there, it doesn't bother me nearly as much. So now I'm just looking through my die cuts and my stickers and seeing what I might want to add to this. Since I don't use circles a lot, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to add. Excuse me. So, oh goodness sake, sorry about that. I'm going to play around with these enamel cute little stickers, again, epoxy, I don't know what you call them. I'm going to add that orange little kitty to that top area there above the pretty kitty sticker on the left. And then there was this little die cut that said meow, and I thought that looked pretty good. Originally I was thinking that might be my title, but since I knew that I needed something between the pretty kitty and the photo, I'm going to end up adding another word on there. So I added this blue kitten sticker, and now I'm going to glue down the meow die cut. And since I used my ATG gun, I'm just using my quick stick picker-upper tool to get the adhesive to not show. So I'm just kind of pushing it down. So I'm going to glue that meow word down there on the right, and I like how that looks. And then I just took a couple of the paw print stickers and added them to the top right and to the bottom left. I put the pink up in the top left, and to help draw, since that pink circle is down below on the right, it helps draw the pink up to the top left. And the green I added down below. I added the blue cat down in the bottom right because same thing, it draws from the blue circle in the top left. So I hope that makes sense. I'm just trying to kind of go back and forth between the colors. And these are Doodlebug, I think they're Abigail stickers. I'm not sure, but I love the font. So these are the Doodlebugs. You can buy them in each of their colors. They're really cute. And I love the scripty font because they kind of flow together. They made them so that they kind of look like one continuous word if you put them that way. You don't have to. So I'm just going to add the word creeper, and luckily it barely fits. You will see here the capital C. I'm going to move it just a tiny bit, but it just barely fits in there. So I was very happy that that whole word fit in there. And then right above that, I'm going to add in the word baby creeper. He was a very small, very young kitty. So I really like how that fills in that area. What you don't see on the camera is because the title is so black and there's a bunch of black on that pretty kitty. I did add 2017 down here. These photos weren't taken the same day, so I just put 2017. Oh, and here I keep all my letter stickers in 6x12 plastic bags. So I'm just trimming this down, just the edges of it. I'm not cutting any of the stickers, but that'll just help me slide it into the 6x12 bag a little easier. Excuse me. As you could see me slide it into the bag there just real quick. So what you don't see on the camera is I'm going to add a few more elements around. I'm going to add some enamel dots. I'm going to add a couple little black hearts and black elements around the page so that the black flows all around the page. And I'm also going to doodle 2 lines around the whole entire white page, which you will see all that in the final pictures in the end. Now I'm just trimming down each edge just slightly so that I can mat the whole layout on black. Again, I feel like that helps draw your eye around the page. And when I do, this is about ready when the camera's going to cut off. And I like to use scrappy tape when matting my layout on another cardstock piece. It just helps with the gluing process down, making it easier to get it straight. So there's the final layout. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.